Hi.
Hi.
I've discovered you can always tell who the speaker is.
I'm gonna have to teach you. You're gonna have to hold it right here.
Is that better? Thank you. You can always tell who the speaker is because it's got on a tie. That's the only reason I do. My name is David, and I'm an alcoholic.
Hi, David.
And I have not had a drink of alcohol since January 27th, 1968.
Wow.
And when I came into Alcoholics Anonymous, we had no place to take anyone. There were no such thing as drying out clinics or rehab centers. Hospitals wouldn't take us. And what we would do, we had an arrangement with the sheriff of Dallas County at that time, named Bill Dicker. And he was a real friend of Alcoholics Anonymous. And if you had someone who was willing to go to jail to get sober, we could take them down to Bill's jail. And Bill would put them in what was called a Dicker hold for 5 days. And now, a lot of times we'll agree to anything when we've had enough alcohol. But some of these people, after they had sobered up a little, wanted out. That wouldn't work. Once you were on a Dicker hold, you were going to be there until the 5 days were up. But it was a way to get people in and get them sober, and Bill would have a nurse look after them and see that they were all right, and he would feed them and so forth. And so when they got through, they'd be clean and sober. And so we could do that every once in a while. The other alternative was to take people to Terrell State Hospital. And you could take them down there. You couldn't put them in the alcohol ward because guess what? You could walk off from the alcohol ward. So that wasn't any good. So we would put them, it would get them taken into the mental ward on a mental commitment. And after they sobered up, they'd be transferred over to the alcohol ward where they could then leave. But that was about the extent of it. And we didn't have anything else to do with everybody. And along about 1969, 1969, guess who showed up? Lee Tillman. And Lee Tillman decided that we needed to do something about that situation. And I would... Uh-oh. This is not working.
You're doing really good.
So far. Let's see what else happens.
There you go.
I was reading this that we got tonight, and that's exactly the way it was. There wasn't any place to take anybody. There wasn't anything to do, and Lee decided to do something about this. And so he started the idea of the 24-hour club. And I remember him going around and getting contributions from everyone. He got contributions from everyone I can possibly imagine. And one of his ideas, I remember this, was to raffle off a television set. And so he raffled off a television set. I went to Town North at the time, which was on Lover's Lane. And he was going to Town North, and I think he went over to Preston some too. But he raffled off this television, and the lady who was the secretary of our group, Billy Kinney, bought one ticket in support of Lee and the 24-hour club. And guess what? Town North and Billy Kinney won that television set. I don't think Lee ever got over that. But anyway, I think when the 24-hour club started, it was over at Oak Lawn. because I lived right across the street from it for quite a while there I was on Shelby and it was on Fairmount, I think. But this has been a real contribution to our community as someone who has been there when we didn't have a 24-hour club, when we didn't have any place to take people who needed help. So I thank the 24-hour club and Lee in particular for all he's done. Thank you. I appreciate being here.
Thank you, David.